Family Lifeline, building families, molding destinies.
Family Lifeline.
You are welcome into another exciting moment of Family Lifeline. Thank you for joining me today. My name is BY Adewale, your family coach. Today I will be talking about something that is very, very important. I'll be talking to women. I call it 20 mistakes you must never make with your husband. 20 mistakes you must never make with your husband. I'll be talking about it after this short break.
Family Lifeline.
You are welcome back. I told you I will be talking about 20 mistakes you must never make with your husband. You see, a lot of women are making some technical mistakes that makes them to lose their home or destroy their marriage. These have made a lot of women not to find the favor of their husband, or they even lost their husband into the hand of people very close to them, women that are very close to them. You need to be very wise. Number one, never disconnect from God because you are married. I've seen this time without number. A lot of women that are looking at me, they were so responsible in church, loving God, praying. They had personal relationship with God until they got married. And you agree with me, a lot of you watching me, you were once in the choir, in the ushering department, serving God in one department or the other, even as a protocol, as just serving God. You were so fervent for the Lord until you got married, until you had the first child, second child, and now 3 or 4 children. Suddenly, you do not know God again, or God does not know you again. Suddenly, your attention is on your children or your husband. Oh, that is the mistake you are making. Nobody can keep your home for you except the Lord God the Almighty. You need to go back to God. Never disconnect from God because you are married. Husband can disappoint, children can disappoint, friends can disappoint, but God will never disappoint you. There is no time in your marital journey that you will not know God. If your marriage is doing well, you need God. If your marriage is not doing well, you need God. If everything is rosy, you need God. If every water is troubled, you need God. I need to challenge every woman here. You need to know God personally. I know a particular woman. I knew her as a young lady. She can go on dry fasting. She will still be going to work. She was working in the bank then. As soon as she got married, she just shut down. Oh, if you say you are not coming to church, my children, my husband, my job. You know what happened? She lost the job. The husband lost the job. They were empty to the extent that people have to be donating things into their lives because she disconnected from the source. Your husband is your channel, but your God is your source. Your friends, your job, anything, they are your channels. God is your source. Never, ever disconnect from God because you are married. Number 2, never commit your husband into the hand of your friends. You didn't know that some of your friends, they want your husband. Don't you notice it? Some few years ago, they carried out a particular research and they came out with this report that 95% of men like the friends of their wives, while 95% of women do not like the friends of their husbands. You know, men are very generous. 95% of men, they like the friends of their wives, while 95% of women, they don't like the friend of their husband. How come men are so generous? If 95% love the friends, that is to say your husband is likely going to be part of the 95%. And some people may be so stupid, some women can be so stupid. My husband, he always trouble me in bed. He wants me sex every night. And your friend, our husband is not touching her. You know, my husband, 50,000 naira per week. What will I do with that? But your friend, the only thing the husband is giving her is 5,000 naira per month. What do you think will happen? There'll be trouble. Never commit your husband into the hand of your friend. Some of your friends want your husband. They will like to have a taste. Don't give them your apple. Stop complaining to your friend. Many of them are deceiving you because they know that you are enjoying. You are only ungrateful. 50,000 per week? If I have somebody to even give me 5,000 naira per week, I'll be very glad and I'll be very happy. You see, they won't tell you that. That's why many of your friends are not telling you the truth, because they want to wreck your home and take over from you. So that is why never commit your husband into the hand of your friend. You are traveling. Nato, Oremi, I will not be at home. She will not only look at your children, she will help you to look at your husband. Please never commit your husband into the hand of your friend. Number 3, never fail to forgive your husband. If you are looking for a husband that will never offend you, you need to look among the angels. Maybe you marry angel Gabriel. Maybe you marry angel Michael. Maybe you marry among the heavenlies. But if you marry a human, there will be plenty to forgive. But let's think of it. Even if you marry an angel, angel will offend you. How? Let's assume that your husband is angel and you are inside the hold up together and you've been there for 1 hour. But you remember that your husband can fly and he's the one driving. But he has wing. He will just fly with his wing and just fly. And before you know it, he's gone. And you cannot drive. 2 hours you are still in the hold up. 3 hours. Even when the hold up, when the traffic is moving, there's nobody to drive again because your husband has flew away. So there's nobody that you will marry that will not offend you, even including angels. So never fail to forgive your husband. I know a lot of women that are watching me now, they have bitterness in their heart. Very bitter. Many of them they've stopped talking. They will not complain again, but they are not happy. They are dwelling in bitterness. Your bitterness is not hurting your husband. Your bitterness is hurting your health. It will destroy you. You better liberate yourself. Somebody is in prison yard and that person is you. Can you open the prison door and let the captive go? Release your husband from your heart. Release your in-laws from your heart. Please forgive yourself. Don't live in regret. Don't live in guilt because they will hurt you. Number 4, never declare war on your husband's friends. You see, some women normally make this mistake of declaring war. Oh, I don't like his friend, and they declare war. They fight his friend. They do a lot of things. You know, many of the final decisions your husband will be making, it is him and his friends that are making these decisions. You know, if you are very wise, if you don't like any friend, you pray him out. You don't fight him out. You pray him out on your knee. You don't fight physical battle. If they come to your house, you welcome them, you serve them, you take good care of them. Even if you are serving the food, you are putting fire inside the food. You are praying that God should separate them by fire. God should destabilize the association and the friendship. That's what it's supposed to be. But if they come into your house and you are fighting them, don't come to my house. So you are the one that is destabilizing my husband. You are the one that is taking my husband to prostitute. You are the one that is taking my husband to beer parlor. They will just be laughing. They will increase the doses of the error they put in the life of your husband, and you will be in trouble. They will even marry another wife. They will even make your husband to come and sleep with guests in their own house. That is how serious it can be. So, what are you supposed to do? Never declare war on your husband's friends.
Family Lifeline.
Never declare war on your husband's siblings. That's number 5. Never ever declare war on your husband's siblings. You see, it's a battle you cannot win. When you declare war, it is you, just one, you against them. They will fight you. They will wreck your children. It will be a transgenerational battle. This is the mistake some women normally make with in-laws. They are not very wise. They fight the siblings. The one that is staying with them, they fight. They don't want their husband to take care of their siblings. They don't want anything, any relationship between their husband and their siblings and his siblings. Now listen to this. The relationship between your husband and his siblings has been there for about 30 years before you came into the picture. There's something they have that you can never have in this life. Memory. They have memory of when they were crawling together. They have memory when they were in primary school, when they were in secondary school. They have the memory of when they were writing JAM, WAEC, GC. They have memory of when they were sick together, when they were healed together. They have memory of playing together. Siblings in the life of your husband, there's no way you can use knife to cut them. It is not possible. If you are wise, you will fight your battle on your knee. You don't fight physically. That's why the Bible told us in the book of Proverbs chapter 14 verse 1 that every wise woman build a house. The Bible did not say every fighting woman. You call the sibling, you abuse them, you accuse them, you shout on them on phone, you embarrass them, you lock your door, you don't want your husband to talk to them, you separate them. Even if your husband is fighting his siblings, you have to be tactical. You don't support your husband and go and fight them physically. No, you'll be pacifying your husband. You'll be pacifying your husband. You don't show to your husband that you hate his siblings. He will hate you later. Very close to that is never declare war on your husband's parent, your mother-in-law. That's number 6. Never declare war. Let me tell you one thing. On the day of your wedding, they told you, your husband promised you in the presence of everybody, Mr. So, I forsake every other woman to focus this girl alone all the days of my life. That is cool, but I know a woman that he did not forsake and he will never forsake. That woman is called his mother. Their love affair started before he was born. Their love affair continued when she was breastfeeding him. Their love affair continues when this woman was taking him to school. Their love affair continues even as a teenager. Didn't see the relationship between your sons and yourself? You will discover that the relationship is very strong. They love hugging you. They love touching you. They love playing with you. The same thing between your husband and his mother. Nobody can remove that forever. Stop wasting your time thinking you can separate their lovers. You can't. What are you supposed to do? Come in between them, bind them together, be part of their love affair. Let that make it a trinity of love affair now. You are the one that will enjoy it. All women that are fighting their mother-in-law, you are not wise. You are not smart. Nobody can separate me from my mother. You can't do it, but you can come on board and be part of this love affair, and your marriage will be the best. I will be right back.
Family Lifeline.
Breaking good news for you. Destiny Lifters parenting manuals are here. You can now grab these manuals and use them to teach and train your children to make them live far above their mates. We now have 10 exceptional manuals that will turn the lives of your children around forever. Kindly visit the link showing on your screen to order these books today and save 8,000 naira. If you fail to order today, you will miss this opportunity. Congratulations once again. I rejoice with you. You can now secure the destiny of your children by teaching them from this manual. Kindly visit the link showing on your screen to order and save 8,000 naira. Don't miss out on this prize.
Family Lifeline.
Number 7, never abandon your husband because of your new baby. This is another thing. Don't you know that a lot of husbands are always feeling lonely when the new baby arrives? Suddenly, the woman finds another lover and the man will be so dejected. And if she complains at times, what women will likely say is it not your children? Is it not your baby I'm taking care of? You don't understand. There are many things you're supposed to do. Please note that your baby must not sleep between you and your husband. Your baby must sleep very close to the wall. You and your husband must sleep side by side, no matter the age of that baby. And as the baby is growing up to a particular age, say 1 year, 2 years, create another room and let the baby move into that room adjacent to your room, so that you will be with your husband. A time is coming that baby will get married and go away. It will be only you. And when the baby even grow up and baby start to raise baby, don't abandon your husband in the name of Omungo, in the name of I want to go and help my children to take care of their babies, and you travel to Canada 1 year, 2 years, and you left a 70-something-year-old man to cater for himself in that old age. You see, a man can take care of himself when he's younger, but when he's older, he needs somebody beside him. That is the time he needs you most. When you were younger, you were his mistress. When you grow older, you become his mother. And when you are very old and he's very old, you will suddenly become his nurse. That is the period women normally disappear. Instead of being the nurse of the husband, they will be nursing another baby. Very wrong. That is not the standard of God. That's not the plan of God. I'm not saying you should not go and take care of the baby. You go for a few weeks and you are back to nurse the real baby at home, which is your own baby. Number 8, never disrespect your husband. Number 1 thing a man wants from his wife is not sex, it's not food. Number 1 thing is respect. Learn to respect your husband. Give him respect. I wrote a book several years ago. I call it 8 Desperate Needs of Your Husband. 8 Desperate Needs of Your Husband. And in that book, I made you to understand that number 1 need of your husband is respect. When you are so respectful, you honor your husband, you submit to your husband, you win. But if you are so disrespectful to the extent that you can disrespect your husband in the public, you see, people will see you as an uncultured, indisciplined woman, and you are likely going to lose that man. You are likely going to lose that man. That's the reason why a lot of secretaries normally snatch their bosses. Why? Respect. It's not because of sex. Okay, the food is ready. Okay, should I bring your coffee? Okay, should I bring your tea? Okay, no sir, I have not done it, sir. I'll go and do it, sir. Should I bring the fire? Is it personal fire, sir? Okay, sir, I'm coming, sir. Sir, several times in the day, the same man will get back home, and the wife will say, hey, what do you want, you? And you call yourself a man? Yeah, man. No, he's not a man. You need to buy bra for him so that he will be wearing it. If you know that he's not a man. He's not a man and you married him. So you call yourself a man. Don't talk nonsense to me. You cannot be directing me. You cannot be controlling me. Sister, if you don't want to be under a control, please don't get married. If you are married, somebody will control you. He's the class captain of the house. He's the king of the house. He's the president of your nation. Your Excellency, sir. Make sure you do this. Respect your husband, and you'll get the best out of your marriage.
Family Lifeline.
Number 9, don't seek to become your husband's mother. Not at all. You are not really his mother. You can act like his mother by taking care of him, by nursing him, by caring for him. But don't take the position of control. Don't take the position of control to order him around the way his mother normally do. Remove your shoe. Remove your sock from that shoe. Put your shoe there. No, your bed should not be on the table. Remove your boxer from the table. Remove your boxer from the bed. No. Take your plate to the kitchen. Wash your plate now. When you drive a man to that level, you are likely going to lose that man. That's one aspect a man does not like about his mother. Don't duplicate it. Don't duplicate it. Don't just become so much empowered to the extent that you take the position of control, taking decision, resisting all his actions, resisting all his suggestions, disobeying all his order, and you now take the position of the mother. You want everything you suggest to come to pass. Always remember that you don't command your husband, you suggest. And suggestion simply means it can be taken and it might not be taken. If you do that and become his mother, it will come with a resistance. And before you know it, there will be battles. Don't you notice that even young men, when they become teenagers, some of them start to resist their mother? Talk less of an adult, a 40-something-year-old man, a 50-something-year-old man. Please be wise so that you will not ruin your marriage. Number 10, never bruise your husband's ego. Every man is full of ego. Your husband is one of them. Ego is not bad. When a man becomes egoistic, that is what is bad. But ego is what makes him a man. Ego is what makes him to be able to stand. Ego is that thing inside your soul that normally say, "Mommy, I'm not a small boy." That's ego. Ego is the one that normally make your son to say, when you ask him, "How old are you?" He will say, "I'm 5, going to 6. That's ego. He's using his own ego. Ego is the one that normally say, "I'm a boy, I'm a big boy." It's good. It's the foundation of leadership. It's the foundation of stability in the house. When a man is without ego, he will not even be able to lead himself. So don't bruise your husband's ego. Massage his ego. Massage him. Appreciate him. Adulate him. So that's why you are wise. And that's why I marry you. You are a very wise man. You are a very strong man. Children, clap for daddy. Daddy is a wise man. He's an hard-working man. You are massaging the ego of your husband. You can go ahead and win him. When you respect him, when you honor him, his ego will be massaged, and he can go ahead to use the ego to protect you, to defend you. Don't allow him to use his ego against you. You may not survive it. Thank you for joining me today. I want to invite you to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at BC Adewale. Don't forget to watch all other episodes of this program on my YouTube channel at BC Adewale. Remember, your family is very important. Take good care of your marriage.
Family Lifeline.